You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. We're going to talk about Jon Gruden because yet another one of his former players has come out. Another black man. I hate that I have to actually even bring that up, but let's face it, the NFL, the league, targeted Jon Gruden over some emails, and now everybody likes to claim that he's racist, except it seems like there's a lot of black men that have come out that know Jon Gruden that have actually said there is no way in hell this man is a racist. If you want to point to something more recent that he has done, how about giving Darren Waller a second chance? I think that's lost on a lot of people. I really do. People have also talked about his draft record. Yeah. In the early rounds, not great. But he has found some really good later round talent. I mean, has he not? And or some diamond in the rough talent. Darren Waller, Colton Miller, Hunter Renfrow. Does any of those folks ring a bell that are major contributors to the Raiders? Why are they getting rid of the running back? I don't get that. Josh Jacobs. I think he's a good running back. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Jon Gruden wants to coach again, okay? He says he wants back in the NFL. And a man that played for Jon Gruden, a guy that I consider to be in the Hall of Very Good, a guy that just teetered on the edge of Hall of Fame. If he would have probably put up maybe a couple of thousand more yards in the NFL, he would probably be in the Hall of Fame or would be looking at eventually making it in because he won a Super Bowl as well. Spider-Man himself, Andre Rison. And in case you're wondering, Andre Rison, what kind of a career did he have? How about over 10,000 yards and 84 touchdowns and a Super Bowl and five Pro Bowls and one All-Pro? Andre Rison was a hell of a wide receiver in the NFL. And I'm not sure we talk about that enough. If you're old enough like me where you actively watched Andre Rison play every week, you knew how good he was. I mean, he was really damn good. Andre Rison, Gruden deserves coaching chance. Interesting. He brings up God here. You don't hear many athletes actually do this these days. They're all scared of being canceled. This is TMZ. Jon Gruden is hoping to get one more chance at leading an NFL team, and his former player, Andre Rison, says he deserves that opportunity, telling TMZ Sports he would not defend the coach if he truly believed he was not a man of character. The former Raiders coach recently opened up about the email scandal that led to his departure in Las Vegas, saying his words were, quote, shameful, but was hoping mistakes wouldn't permanently keep him out of the league. Rison, who played for Gruden on the Raiders in 2000, tells us he believes his old coach is sincere about his regret and accountability, and says if he were in charge of a team right now, he'd be giving Jon a call. Quote, no one is God, Rison said. For some reason in today's time, everybody thinks they're God, and now because of social media and whatever other platforms that they can voice their opinions. God gave him a gift to coach, and it's up to him and God if he repents and forgives his negatives and his faults and his defaults. I have no problem with it. Rison says he knows firsthand Gruden is not a racist, adding, for him to be a racist, if he was a racist, he darn sure gave a lot of black athletes chances and opportunities to put food on the table for their families. That's a great quote on this entire situation from Andre Rison. Gruden has been out of the league since 2021 when his emails, including homophobic and racist language, were made public. Rison says Gruden should get the benefit of the doubt. Quote, we all say things we regret. I'm not going to back him if he's on the negative side, especially on that type of coin. And he knows that. So Let's see. That makes Randall Cunningham, Warren Sapp, and now Andre Rison that have all come out and said they know for a fact, without a doubt, Jon Gruden is not a racist. And that was such a good line. He gave a lot of black men a lot of opportunities to put food on the table for their families. I mean, I think that's a fantastic line. And I like the fact that he was unafraid to just get religion involved here and say, look, you're on social media. Oh, you're on Twitter. You're outraged. It doesn't matter. You're not God. Period. Okay. And that's part of the problem with today's society, the NFL included, makes way too many decisions based on the backlash from social media. I mean, honestly, shouldn't even take it into account. Nobody should. I mean, Twitter is literally an imaginary place made up of nothing but the most progressive woke idiots ever assembled, okay? I mean, the Injustice League of progressive woke idiots is what makes up Twitter. Plain and simple, we know that. But corporations and businesses like the NFL have literally built their policies around Twitter. That's where we're at. The most poisonous place on earth is where people like the NFL, organizations like the NFL, has decided to go to make decisions. It's absolutely pathetic. It really is. You know, we didn't like the fact that Jon Gruden was canceled over things that happened years ago, things that happened when he was with ESPN, not coaching in the NFL. And my issue is simple. Okay? If you get into everybody's emails, and I don't give a shit who you are, I don't care what color you are, white, black, yellow, polka dotted, I don't care. We have all said some whack, heinous shit. And you will never convince me that anybody is perfect in a million years. That includes Jon Gruden. But what I know is the second run with the Raiders, he was getting better. That team was getting better every year. When he got fired, they had a winning record. They were 5-4. And that was on top of having to deal with Henry Ruggs. Just something to think about. I said the other day, I don't think Gruden ends up back in the NFL. I don't. But I do think he could end up in college. I truly believe that's going to end up being where we see him, right? Lovie Smith did a little tour of duty with Illinois. That kind of thing is what I'm talking about, right? Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 fans. Andre Rison, the Spider-Man, comes out, co-signs Jon Gruden. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.